this protest in Seattle. How much have you followed the Israel-Palestine thing besides the people you've killed?
Oh man, is something going on over there that I didn't know about?
I heard there was a festival,
an
EDM festival a couple months ago.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah,
How Jewish are you? Are you like turn Palestine to glass Jewish, or are you like I live here?
So it's kind of a two-pronged question. So
Sure.
One, not at all Jewish.
Okay.
Like if you ask me what my current religion right now is, check me for none of the above.
Okay.
I grew up in it. Parents, family, still part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's conservative Judaism. It's in the middle, so
Yeah.
it's fairly observant, but like we still drove on Shabbat and ate fucking bacon cheeseburgers. Like
Sure.
But more active and stuff. So grew up in it, but don't really do any of it. Don't believe any of it.
Right.
It's kind of a nothing thing for me now.
Mm-hmm.
Second, as far as it comes to Israel,
Good. I can finally show my Nazi tattoos around you.
There you go. And then with like the whole Israel-Palestine thing, I think it's there's so much. Here's what I don't like. I don't like the people who are like, Hamas is the worst and Benjamin Netanyahu is the greatest, or Hamas is the greatest and Bibi sucks.
There's truth in the middle. Yeah.
They both suck, and the people who ardently back one side or the other, and I get like you can go like, well, they did this, well, they did this, well, they did this, well, they did this, and kind of work your way back as far as you want to go.
Yeah.
But both sides of this are terrible, and and in most conflicts between two piece of shit powers, the people who lose are
especially in the Middle East,
civilians. Yeah, every time it's the citizens who suffer.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like, how about this? I took a Muslim lives class this semester.
Okay.
We had to mark off at University of Kansas.
And they had to throw
Rock
gays
Chalk.
off roofs.
Yeah, that was like week 5.
That was the final.
Yeah, third unit. You have to mark off like core curriculum stuff, and so they give you a list of classes that you can take to satisfy it. So like, one of them is literally like pick a math class, pick a science class, pick a psych or social class.
Right.
And then there's like a diversity thing or like global awareness, something like that. And so I took this Muslim lives class.
Yeah.
Awesome class.
Sure.
One of my favorite classes I've ever taken. It was like 25 kids. There was a Jewish studies kid who was Jewish. And then there were 2 people from the Middle East, 2 people whose parents are from the Middle East, and 1 girl who just converted to Islam. And we got along so fucking well.
Yeah.
That literally during the Israel-Palestine stuff, we're talking about it after class. Me, a girl who's from Iran, and a girl whose parents are from Jordan and Palestine.
Sure.
And we're like, man, the worst part of this is like people forget how gorgeous. Because I went to Israel right before the pandemic. The land is
fake.
gorgeous. Yeah. Went to the whatever you want to call it, Kingdom of Judea.
Well, Israel's real, but COVID is fake. So,
sorry.
Sorry.
The people are gorgeous.
Yeah.
The food's incredible. The history's amazing.
Oh, I know they're gorgeous. I see those IDF baddie TikToks
Holy
trending on
fuck,
Twitter all the
dude.
time. Yeah.
All Gadot, man. That's all you need to know. And so we just started talking about our favorite foods, and we all at the same time were like, let's have a Middle Eastern potluck. So I made some of my Middle Eastern foods. They all made Middle Eastern foods, and we had everybody over, including a kid from Oman who I got super, super close with, who literally said the Jews should be sent from Israel back to Europe because it's not a legitimate state.
Shit. Wow.
I fucking love the guy. We talked and ate for 3 hours.
There
with
is
him.
no community more diverse than the racist community.
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
say that. I will
All
say.
encompassing.
I mean, we have the red face of white supremacy right here with us.
Reppin'.
I mean,
But it's like, and my girlfriend, we had it at our apartment. My girlfriend and I lived together. We had all these people in my
is
apartment.
she Jewish too?
No.
Okay.
Which is great. Everybody brought like a friend or roommate or something. And she was like, was that the kid from Oman? Was he the kid who said that like all the Jews should be sent back to Europe and the Yemeni Jews should be sent back to Yemen? I was like, yeah. And she was like, he was delightful. I was like, yeah, he's a great fucking guy. So I think people lose that in this, where it's like, it's a hot button issue. I feel like it's one of the hottest issues.
Right now it is. It's very contentious.
Well, and every time it comes up, it's like, I feel like it's this and abortion, where it's like even gun control, I feel like, is less tumultuous.
Yeah. Good.
So
yeah, gun control is, because I think there's a lot more middle ground on gun control than the other 2 issues. I think there are, and I know we're pretty pro-gun on this show, but I think there are a lot of people out there that they have a handgun or a shotgun at home, but they don't think I should have my 7 ARs that we have in the closet.
Right.
But like, and
With this,
You can
there's
think that.
nobody who argues. Like,
no one's being
middle
rational.
ground, right?
It's the only people, and we've actually, Mia, you agree. You seriously agree. We've been pretty down the middle covering this, haven't we? This conflict. See, she agrees. We've been I've tried to be as down the middle as I can. I think Hamas are scumbags. I'm not a fan of Netanyahu.
Right,
I'm not a fan of some of the shit the IDF's done.
Of course.
We've tried to be as down the middle as we can about this. My issue is that the only people who are super opinionated are all the most retarded people you know.
Yeah.
All of them.
It's some of the crazier shit.
It's like I see the
online.
Queers for Palestine. I'm like, go on over to Palestine
I'm
and
sure
see what they don't have any more buildings to throw you off of now, but
Right.
go over there 6 months ago and see what they would have done to you.
Oh, I'm sure they love you. Well, and like on college campuses too,
Mm-hmm.
it's very like there are people protesting outside the dean's office that the university needs to say something. Excuse me. They didn't say what. They're just like the university needs to release a statement.
Yeah.
They're very pro-Palestine.
That's the thing is
and the university was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we gonna and I mean just the lack of reasoning
yes.
on either side is like,
And that's what I've noticed
damn.
about a lot of the pro-Palestine comes from the people on the far left. And the far left is big on getting people to fall in line. And it's a bully thing. If they can get you, it was just like the Black Lives Matter thing. If they could get this corporation X to say Black Lives Matter or change their profile picture to a black square or whatever, they won. It was about mass forced compliance. And so it was about getting people to fall in line and say the things you want them to. I saw a post on social media. It was a small business group I'm in. Because I have a small business. Hit me up off the show, Caleb Salvatore Comedy, if you want some marketing done. Or Caleb at CalebSalvatoreComedy.com if you want some digital marketing done. But I have a small business, so I saw it in this group.
Good to promote yourself and then fuck up the whole thing. But
I know, right? I mispronounced the name of my business. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking Goldman Sachs over
Goldman
here. Keep going.
Goldman Shaquille O'Neal's,
Yeah.
right? But no, so this guy posted in this group. He said, or it was a woman. Sorry, she said that she sells skincare products, and somebody
Right.
messaged her. A regular customer of theirs messaged her and says, "How do you feel about the Israel-Palestine conflict?" Like, she sells skincare. Why do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
Why does it matter? And she's like, how do I respond? And everyone said, just don't. These are people that want you to play into their hand regardless of what
She's
side
like,
they're on.
I think people are getting a lot of chemicals and gunpowder in their pores.
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
And we have things for that.
Yeah,
That's about it.
I would be funny. I would spit it. I'm like, nothing cures a flesh wound better than our skincare products.
Have you been out fighting in the desert for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We have an exfoliator.
You need some moisture. You need to moisturize. You're probably pretty dry.
Yeah.
You're
getting ashy. It's the salty Mediterranean air. We have
Yep.
some products for you. Other than that,
exactly. Shut
the
up.
worst thing you could do.
Don't
is say
comment at
something.
all. If you lose that one person, then so be it. The problem is when you comment on it, that one person's not going to say anything. But if you comment on it, that one person will take that and say, this is a pro-Palestine brand. Everyone go shop there. They'll take it to their pro-Palestine group. And then all the pro-Israel people will go, hey, look at this fucking brand. Don't shop. These people are anti-Semitic. And if you say, hey, I'm pro-Israel, they'll take it back to their Palestine group. And that was the opposite effect.
That was the whole thing about like these people protesting outside of the dean's office at KU. And I was like,
the college shouldn't comment.
The college
Hey, we
makes
condemn
money.
violence against civilians.
Yeah,
on all sides.
They make money on two things: bringing students, keeping students,
And covering up rape.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
As they should.
As they should.
Good for them.
So it's a more civil, proper college,
yeah,
okay?
please, we're American. We just... And so, if you want to lose people and not get people, have a political opinion.
Take a stance.
On anything.
On anything.
It's just the dumbest thing.
And
so the statement they released was very late when nobody gave a fuck.
Yep.
It was right down the middle.
But that's almost the Streisand effect, too, because you bring it back up. Whereas opposed to just
nobody gave a shit.
No, nobody cared.
It was like during finals week, so nobody...
Well, it was just like during the Black Lives Matter thing. It's about forced compliance and getting people on board and saying what you want. Nobody gave a shit about how Pop-Tarts felt about police brutality.
Yeah.
No one cared.
What Eminem thinks about gender.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I woke up today. I was like, I really wonder how Vince Vaughn feels about transgenderism. It's a real important issue to me.
I always thought that green Eminem was hot. What, they got rid of the high heels?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Well,
My favorite wanking character.
Exactly. No one cares that much, but when you take a stance, that's when you lose customers. Because people are tired of having politics and all this stuff shoved down their throats. And some of them may boycott you just to get away from it.
I think they're upset that they can't get their fix. They're addicts, right?
Yeah.
These people who want companies and schools
That's a good point.
everybody to say it.
Yeah.
They're addicted to the high they get when they're right in the supreme high they get at being angry at somebody.
They love that's the only thing they like more than getting people to cave is being angry.
And those
it's a
two
very
things,
sad existence.
It's awful.
Trying to destroy people or companies or what because they don't agree with you
Or
on a
make
certain
them adhere.
stance. What's that?
Or make them adhere.
Yeah, it's a very sad existence. So these people will do this like online too. Is if they find someone that made a tweet that they feel is problematic or offensive, they'll try to drag that person to the mud, get them fired from their employment. And that's what I'm saying. You're not fighting a culture war, because if you're fighting a culture war, your goal is to get more people on your side.
Well, yeah.
If you take this person who maybe he made a racist joke, maybe he didn't, but you were offended by it, and now he didn't actually believe that, it was just a joke, but you cost this guy his employment, guess who he's going to side with now?
Well,
not you.
Well, and it's like I truly think they're addicts to the dopamine.
I agree. I never even thought of
really
that. I think you're
angry
right. It's a dopamine thing.
Or happy that somebody agrees with them. And so when you don't make a stance, right? If KU either is right down the middle or doesn't do anything, usually it's when they don't do anything, you're depriving them of their fix. It's like eliminating with a snap.
And instead of seizures, they just throw rocks through your windows.
Yeah. It's the same thing. You're depriving an addict of their fix by not giving them something to be happy or angry about.
And that's the internet's done that. People, 100%. I mean, there have always been protests. People didn't act like this until the internet.
None of these businesses give a fuck.
Well, because that was the thing, is nobody cared.
No.
There were people that cared about these issues 40 years ago, but they didn't care how Starbucks felt or Walmart or McDonald's. It didn't matter. They wanted the government to do something.
These companies are all just going. We talk about this in my marketing. I had my marketing professor, intro to marketing. We spent a week just talking about how dumb it is to give a company a personality that didn't, or a stance that didn't have one before.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's companies that found themselves on certain issues, right?
Sure. There's like vegan, cruelty-free makeup, shit
yeah,
like that.
Environmentally friendly, and so that's their selling point. That's their personality. But then when Eminem decides to get in on the gender battle,
Eminem the rapper or the candy?
I mean, I think both it would be kind of out of
that would be a turnaround for Eminem.
fuck.
That every other word used to be faggot. Like
Yeah,
that would be a 180.
He's a father now. He's a family man. But it's just
Bud Light was the worst.
It's like
mismanaged I've ever seen.
There's no reason to piss anybody off when you're a beer or a candy or a makeup or a cosmetic company.
The Bud Light thing wasn't even Dylan Mulvaney. It was the timing. It was the fact that it came out right after that shooting. They couldn't have done a worse time.
Everything was dumb, and it's like all these companies what they're doing is, it's not the people that are getting it jammed down their throat. It's the companies who are getting it jammed down their throat by people that they need to say something.
Yep.
So they go, if we want to keep selling our little candies, we need people to not be angry at us.
Yep.
So, and then by reacting, it takes
and
the 2% of people that were yelling at them,
those
and then
2% of
the
people,
other 98.
exactly. You throw to the 98, and then you have now 40% that won't shop with you.
Right.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.